Hello, this is Rev'd Caroline. I just want to welcome you to Holy Trinity Church and tell you about a few of the things that we've got going on here at the moment. It's been a really hard, at least 18 months, maybe 20 months so far now. It's been really tough. And especially when we think where our churches have been closed to the general public, that we've not even been able to meet in here for a lot of that time to share worship together. However, we have been sharing other ways of worship, and many of you have joined us online through Zoom and been able to worship together that way. I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the things that we've got going on, because they're exciting new beginnings. One of the gifts, if you like, hard to word it in that way, but one of the gifts of the lockdowns and a pause on all the things that we do regularly is the chance for us to be able to evaluate the things that we were doing and work out what kind of things we'd like to see for the future, and ask ourselves the question: is there an opportunity here to rethink some of the things that we do? So one of the things that when I first came here, which is now about 3.5 years ago, one of the things that was very much on people's minds was how do we reach out to families and people under the age of 50? Now, people don't conveniently sit in one camp or another. People are made up of all sorts of different groups. They have all sorts of different ages, different interests, different work experiences, different schooling experiences. So it's hard to just relate to one particular group of people. And so some of the things that we've been looking at, and we're starting here at Holy Trinity, is Lego Church. And Lego Church, oh my goodness, we've just had a really fun session, our first day of Lego Church, and we had 3 families come. It's a new thing for this church, and to be reaching out in families in this way, it's been quite a few years since any specific children's work has happened here, other than the school experience days where the children from school are invited in to explore, like the Stations of the Cross, getting ready for Easter, learning about communion, and also Pentecost as well they've been doing here. So today we've been doing Lego Church, and I want to show you some of the wonderful creations that have been made. Now I have to say, so some of the helpers are James, who comes to Holy Trinity, and Matt, Yvette's Croft's husband, and they came in and they saw all the Lego and their faces lit up. And so you can imagine the delight when families came in and children saw all the Lego laid out, lots and lots of Lego for them to play with. And I want to show you the things that they've made. So I'm just going to see if I can switch my phone over. And I'm going to take you onto our storytelling board. So we looked at the story of creation and discovered that there are many wonderful things that God created. And so we've told a little bit of the story and the points that interacted with us the most, that resonated, and we wanted to share them with you. So here we have God who's in the bed. On the 7th day, God rested, and he took a rest and he looked over all the things that he created, and he was really pleased with everything that he'd made. So here's God having a little bit of a rest, having some pizza by the side, and then he's got a glass of blackcurrant squash over there as well. So remembering and thinking about all the delights that he's made, and he was able to sit back and enjoy them. So here's God in bed having a rest. It's also a day for him to rejuvenate himself and to appreciate everything that he's done. One of the questions that was asked was whether or not God had forgotten something when he did creation. And here we have somebody with a house, and there's a garage with this wonderful quad bike and a digger. And then there's a giraffe that somebody else also made. But the point was made that when God created the world, there was no specification about housing. And of course, we all appreciate our homes where we live. And also that creation didn't just stop with God at the very beginning, but actually he created people, and you can see this person here, to go on and be creative themselves. And they have learned how to make, people have learned how to make incredible things. So homes and structures, garages, quad bikes, diggers, and all sorts of things. And many of you will know, even as I film this, the technology that's involved. And we're constantly recreating. For another young lady, this was her creation. She was in awe of the garden that was created and where God made all the plants. And so she wanted to create this wonderful garden. Isn't it beautiful, with all these different flowers and different representations? Just wonderful, and a real cause for thankfulness at this beautiful world that we live in. Here we have, if you can see it, the blue Lego, where God created the seas, and this volcano in the middle, and the lava is pouring out. And we talked about the problems that's happening over in one of the Spanish islands at the moment with the volcano erupting, the safety of those who live on the island, and the help that they're receiving, and the wonder that through these experiences that we are reminded how much we depend on each other, and how much goodwill there is, and that we are made to be in relationship with others, and at times of crisis that we do step up and we help each other out. And that's what's happening over there. And we give thanks for all those, and especially those in the emergency services, who put themselves at risk to go and help and save others. At the back here, telling our story, we have got the Lego Bible. Have you seen such a thing? There's the void at the beginning, and then God created the heavens and the earth was formless and empty, with darkness covering the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. And here we have, on the first page, we've got God hovering. Can you see that? Just incredible. Here we have another creation, a wonderful telling of God and in the world, beautiful flowers, different things that God created. You see some vegetables there. We talked a little bit about harvest tomorrow, and a slide, wonderful things for us to have fun with as well. And that God enjoys it when we have fun and we share our delights with God. And then here we have another industrious telling of the story. Again, we have the landmass and different creations. We've got this vehicle here, and then we've got a bit of sea going into a bit of beach, and some people there. Just really wonderful. Look at this tree here, just tremendous. So just reminding us of God's story and how thankful we can be for all the things that God shares with us. So this is Lego Church, and this is what we've done today. And then I also wanted to just mention as well that we also use this space for soul space. I'm going to try this. So here in the north transept, so the carpeted area in the church, you can see these tables behind me. And we use this space. So we put jigsaw puzzles out, we put out colouring sheets, so for like mindfulness, if you come across that, so mindfulness, and some psalms and verses there. We have games on offer, cards and dominoes and other sorts of games that people enjoy. And then we usually make up over here, we make up a refreshments counter, and so that people can just come and they can do and join in with as much or as little as they like. And we have that open on a Monday between 2 and 4. And so lots of people from the church are involved with this, and it's a welcoming space. And we hope to make everyone welcome to use this space. And I have to say that it's been really appreciated so far. So I wanted to just share with you a little bit of what we're up to. Now, if you can cope with the moving background, just want to say that as I do this and talk to you today, that actually we're almost getting ready for harvest. And I just want to show you and finish with this wonderful pedestal that some of the ladies of our church have created. And it's really beautiful, flowers out of the garden. Now, I'm sure, like me, you're going to be really envious that these flowers were growing in someone's garden. my garden isn't so prolific with flowers at all, and just in awe that someone's been able to grow these. So I'm going to leave you with this.